Hi besties, welcome to Wonderland. I'm Kayla and I am newer to Booktube, but I am so happy to be here. I was going through all the books that I've read this year, and guess what? I have read 50 romance books. So many books. Lots of love stories, cute couples, and I wanted to share with you guys which ones I think are worth the read. First on my list, she is an auto-buy author for me. We have Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. I ate this book up, and I will warn you, you're gonna hear me say that a lot. This book was just so good. You have Elsie, who is an adjunct professor in chemistry, and then you have Jack Smith. They are seemingly enemies. They hate each other. Or do they really? It's just the way that Ali writes the strongest female character. She has her head on her shoulders, maybe a little bit too much, but then you just see her kind of soften and just fall for the guy. Ali, I don't know what it is that you put in your books, but it is like crack to me. Next on this list is a very, very special one for me. We have Out on a Limb by Bonam-Young. This was my first book that I read by her, and I don't even know if I can find the words to tell you how much I love this book. Infinity Stars. It's just Bo and Win. They have a meet cute, and they have a one-night stand, and it is an accidental pregnancy trope, which I know for a lot of people really freaks you out. I was a little iffy about it at first too, but it's just the way that Hannah wrote their story. It's not just accidental pregnancy, insta love. You really get to fall in love with these characters. You get to go with them on this journey. And it's just really hard not to just fall in love with both of them. Bo, the man that he is, he's so patient. He's just there every step of the way in whatever capacity he can be. We really love a man who does that. Next on my list is another Bonam-Young book, and it's the second one I read, Out of the Woods. I just loved Sarah and Caleb in Out on a Limb, so I'm so glad that we got to look at their relationship. So the thing with this book is they are already married. They've been married since they were like super young. I loved this just because it's so realistic after you've been in a relationship for so long. It's just a reminder that everyone goes through issues. Everyone has doubts, but there's always a way to bring that spark back, to grow, care, love for each other, even when you go through all these changes in life. It's just so beautiful to follow Sarah and Caleb in this journey. And they go camping. I don't know, it's just so cute. Next on my list, we have another book by Miss Ali Hazelwood, Deep End. Now, I know that this book was not for everybody, but I loved Scarlett and Lucas. I love that she knew what she wanted. It was definitely a little spicier than a lot of Ali's other books, and I really liked that. I also feel like the biggest controversial is Penelope, and I'm not going to say anything else because we don't like spoilers around here, but I loved the friendship that Penelope and Scarlett had, and things happened. I just feel like this book got a little bit messy, but I was here for it. I loved it. Another book that I highly, highly recommend is 7 Year Slip by Ashley Post. And this was my first book by her, and the magical realism and just the switching back and forth, the characters, rooting for them the whole time. It's just so sweet. The book really like tugged at my heartstrings, and I was just in love the entire time. All right, y'all. One thing you will find out that my favorite romance author is Miss Abby Jimenez. I have read all of her books. I've rated every single one of her books a 5 stars, and it might just be because truly at the end of the day, I'm just here for the vibes, but that book was so good. It is an insta love, and I know that's not for everybody. I know there were people that hated the pop culture references, but honestly, by the end of the book, I didn't even remember them. I was just really here for Xavier and Samantha. I was here for family dynamics that are in it, and kind of seeing how Samantha navigates all these different trials and how Xavier kind of comes together, what he's going through, and they loved each other. They were meant to be, and they made it be. It's a book you just have to read. And if you have not picked up any of Abby's other books, go pick them up, read them all. They're amazing. The next book that I highly recommend that you read is The Conditions of Will by Jessica Hastings. I have not read Magnolia Parks. This was the first book that I picked up by her, and Sam, he's just such an intelligent and emotionally intact character. This book family dynamics. Honestly, for me, I feel like I always say, I'm like, family dynamics. But the thing is, I love to see all the different types of family dynamics that people have. Some people are like super close, and then some people are not close with their parents. And I feel like that's equally as important, and it just kind of represents how everybody comes from different types of families. You really get to feel for the characters and kind of see it through their eyes and their perspective. And sometimes you're like, I do not agree with that. But the thing is that there are people who go through this stuff, even on a more extreme case, less extreme. Chef's kiss. This book, so good. The Queen of Summer Romance, Miss Carly Fortune. I started every summer after on a Sunday. It was on a lazy day for me. I knew that day I just wanted to read. But the thing is, I picked this book up and did not put it down until I finished. I loved Percy and Sam. Childhood friends to lovers. This was the first book that I read like that. I know there are a lot of other ones that people recommend, especially Love and Other Words, but this was the one I dove into. I'd been wanting to read Carly Fortune and I did not regret it. And the thing is, once you read Every Summer After, you are going to fall in love with Charlie. Okay, maybe that's an exaggeration. If you know, you know. But you will like his character. So then you have to read One Golden Summer, which was also amazing. You must read. Charlie and Alice. I loved Alice. I loved how kind of quiet and unsure she was. Always used to kind of being in the background. And then Charlie comes in and he's like, no ma'am, you do not sit on the sidelines. You get to be here in the moment. Just the summer romance, honestly, of every girl's dreams. I love it. Also, these books are both set in Ontario, and being that I've lived here for 3 years, I love it. I'm just like diving into the amazing world of the Canadian authors and Carly Fortune. The way that she writes, I just fall in love every single time. And last on my list is Till Summer Do Us Part by Megan Quinn. I had never read a Megan Quinn book before, and I was in a reading slump. It was taking me over a month to get through A Court of Silver Flames, and I was like, I kind of need a break. So I went to the store, I got Till Summer Do Us Part, and I did not put that book down. I guess except to sleep and work. But I finished it in like 3 or 4 days while I was working. It was so good, so giggly, so spicy. There's pictures in the book. It was an experience you definitely want to go through. And if you liked my content, do not forget to like and subscribe so you can see the next time I post a video. Thanks for coming to Wonderland, besties. Bye!